Well, hi, this is Pete King, and I'm coming to you from Pensacola, Perdido Key, with another Perdido perspective. I want to talk to you a little bit about a listing presentation. This is our opportunity as realtors to talk to prospective sellers. And many times I am very shocked to find that the seller is passive, really not asking any questions, just sitting there listening to my presentation. So I thought that you might want to know some of the best questions I think you should be asking during a listing presentation. The first one's kind of twofold because it gives you a lot of information about your property and about your real estate agent. So that question is, what was the value of the last property you sold in my area? So if you get a blank stare, you might get a guess that this real estate agent hasn't sold anything in that area. Probably a bad thing, but not necessarily so. If a realtor is trying to break into a new area, they're hungry, they're ready to really put a lot of marketing effort behind the sale of your home. So again, measure that and figure out whether you can get some good information from this realtor about the value of your property and his ability to sell in your area. It's really a knowledge thing. The second question you might want to ask is, what about open houses? Well, open houses, in my opinion, are one of the best ways to market the property and market yourself. But in certain instances, a real estate agent might tell you, well, it's not allowed in your homeowners association documents, especially in gated communities, for instance, in condos. Many times, if it's a gated community, even in a residential area, you can't do an open house. But again, I believe that you can really get a big bang for your buck with open houses. Another question I think you should consider is, what is this real estate agent going to do to market your property? And then it's a great follow-up question. So I think that you should know that a real estate agent in today's environment is going to use a lot of digital marketing. That's Facebook advertising, Google AdWords, have a ubiquitous presence on the internet, so a website that also is syndicated. They should be syndicated to places like Zillow and Trulia, some of the names you know, Realtor.com, Homes.com. But also there are some niche syndications out there. For instance, if there is a farm or a ranch, maybe it wants to go into horse properties or some agricultural sites. If it's a condominium on the beach, you might want to advertise through some kind of vacation sites. So you want to really have a widespread marketing in a digital environment. Don't ignore print. If it's a local type of an operation, in other words, you're selling a local residential home, you might want to put it in a local newspaper as well. But the follow-up question, I think, is key. That is, what are you going to do with these leads, these interested parties that contact you about my property? Well, this is the term you need to know. CRM. Client Relationship Management. Customer Relationship Management. There's a couple of terms to it. But the point is that when a lead comes in, it needs to be attended to. You need to get a quick phone call, a quick email, and then follow-ups. And that's what a CRM is going to do for a realtor. Throw that term out to them and see if they respond. The other thing that you probably want to hear about is an IDX. That's an Internet Data Exchange. A good realtor should have an Internet Data Exchange attached to his website or her website, because that allows them to send examples, not just your property, but other properties, to maintain interest in the environment of the MLS. It exchanges that data from the local MLS to the customer. So those are some basic questions that you should be asking your real estate agent in a listing presentation. Don't be passive. Get involved. It's a really important decision in your life, and your realtor typically wants to do the best job for you and should be ready to answer those questions. So here's a Perdido perspective. Call me if you have any other information that you need. I'm Pete King at 850-261-3938 or Pete at PerdidoPete.com.